Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Happy Tuesday. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling just fine. I'm more curious about how you are feeling. You had a follow-up appointment.
Yes, yeah.
Yesterday. How did that all go?
We're talking about my leg, by the way.
Yes, this is the whole saga for those unfamiliar and didn't join us yesterday. Caitlyn is on now the back end of
the recovery process.
Yeah, of a
you guys.
procedure on
my leg. So I had my varicose vein ablated. It was burned. So we're still on the recovery phase. So I have to wear these this compression stocking for like 2 weeks. That's why I'm wearing these tennis shoes, which by the way, today, I don't know if you noticed that on the show, but I was doing weather next to Kaplan and he's like towering over me. Cause usually my heels are pretty hefty. Sure. I've got some big heels. So when I'm not wearing them, you feel much shorter, shorter. How did my procedure appointment go yesterday? It was great. So they did the ultrasound. Great. Yeah, I didn't even see the doctor. It was just kind of like a follow-up to make sure I didn't have any blood clots. So she checked my big vein. I forget which vein, what it's called, but the one that you could get a blood clot in. I wish I could pull it out of my brain, but I can't right now. But she did check this vein too, and I was like, so is it still closed? Because sometimes it doesn't work. And she was like, yeah, and she showed me how like when you push on the vein with the ultrasound, you can see if it's a vein that's still open, it'll close. She was pushing on this bad boy, and it was still just solid circle showing up on the ultrasound. She's like, no, it's dead. And I asked her too, because I kind of have another vein that like kind of goes off of the one that's closed. And I was like, is this gonna go away right here? And she's like, yeah, that one is gone too. Then she proceeds to tell me, Anthony, she said, don't be surprised if your vein starts to feel like a gummy worm in there before
that's fun.
Like disintegrates.
Interesting.
So it could feel like I have a
the
gummy
body has
worm.
to basically absorb it and get rid
I guess
of it,
it becomes solid first and then it goes away.
What I found fascinating about our debrief yesterday though, and this is that when one vein goes offline, the others step in to pick up the slack. So
deep vein thrombosis. That's what I was trying to dig for in my brain.
Thrombosis.
That's what you don't want. That's a blood clot in your deep vein.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
Right. So now the weird thing is too, like right now I'm pretty comfortable surprisingly, but like earlier I felt like I couldn't really I'm always crossing my legs, but it feels achy almost on like the back side of my leg. Cause like you said, I think the other veins are kind of picking up the load of blood, which I'm so glad that we're talking about this because I have had so many messages from you guys and comments. And when I say messages, like direct messages asking like certain tips, advice, locations.
Well, that's why I think it's valuable to share your journey.
Because I think so many women are scared to do it. I say just go for it.
Go for it.
It really wasn't a bad experience.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. And then you just have minor aches today. You'd say, well, scale of 1 to 10. On the pain
hardly
scale
even a 1.
Oh, hardly
it's
even
just
a 1.
kind of, when you work out and your leg gets tired or like the next day you're a little bit sore.
I kind of enjoy that feeling because I know that it means that I did a good workout.
So it feels like I worked out, but I didn't, which, yeah.
And
so
then
we'll see.
How's the comfort level on the compression sleeve? How that needs to stay on for 2 weeks, you said?
2 weeks.
Is it uncomfortable?
No, I take it off at night, so that's cool. And I did confirm yesterday with the ultrasound tech. I was like, I gotta wear this for 2 weeks, hoping she'd be like,
no, not really. You're in good shape.
Yeah. She's like, yes.
And then how long in the comfy shoes?
Well, they didn't tell me to wear comfy shoes, but I'm absolutely not wearing heels while my leg is healing. You know what I mean?
There you go. Of course,
before we started Chicago Now, I said, I don't know if I'll be able to transition back over to heels. But I heard from the youngins that tennies are actually like in style.
They're
like
back.
you can wear a dress with tennis shoes.
I couldn't help but look over your shoulder when you guys were exploring like the right socks to wear with it. Yeah, and
so this is the other thing. Like how long is too long?
I don't know. Because I heard that the skin socks were out. Like the ones that where you can't see leg, that those are out, and then like my sock game needs a lot of work.
I guess you're supposed to pull it down a little bit, like maybe like yay high.
We're gonna have
Gen
to get the bottom line from our cool kids behind the camera.
And she also said black shoes are cool too. So I thought it was only white tennies, but I guess like black tennies are cool too.
Okay. Black Sambas.
Specifically
not just
the Sambas.
any black tennies. They got to be the Sambas.
The Sambas.
Yes,
okay, I'm
indeed.
about it. Comfortable footwear.
We have a really exciting show today. First
Okay,
of all,
let's get into
Caitlyn,
it. Yeah.
at the end of the hour, you are going to experience
I'm so excited about this.
a musical performance.
Yeah.
I am very curious to see this piece too because we recorded it
When did you guys do this?
a few weeks ago. Paris Schutz, our political editor, and myself were on the piano. And then our very own, our very talented Anita Blanton with the vocals.
Yeah.
So, get ready for that.
Can you please tell me honestly, how did you guys do?
We'll see.
Were you nervous?
It felt, no, not really. There was no crowd.
It was like,
there were only cameras, so that helped. If there was a crowd there, I think I would have been nervous because I'm not really used to performing live.
Was it like a show and tell opportunity?
Yeah, it was kind
for
of
coworkers.
Yeah, exactly, a little bit.
I'm so excited.
So that's coming up at the end of the hour. That
That'll
musical
be so
performance.
Fun. Yeah.
And then before that, we get to talk about. Do you know what a lake sturgeon is, by chance?
Ish.
These are I think they're probably the most incredible
big,
creatures.
Right?
They can be huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean,
fresh water, right?
I would have to refresh my Google on this, but I think that in history they pulled like a 14-foot sturgeon out of one of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Lake Superior or Lake
And these are the
Michigan.
kind of buggers that will make you scared to go swimming in a lake.
But you shouldn't be. Yes, they will make people scared because of the size of them. They're bigger than a shark.
They could eat you.
They won't, because they feed on the plankton and the algae at the bottom of the lake.
I like to
They
hear
have
that.
no
Okay.
desire to consume. There's literally no reason to fear these things. They're at the bottom, and they can be small or large, but they had an old one at the Shed Aquarium for many, many years. I think they called him Granddad or something like that. He was in his 90s.
Is that the one you touched?
No. So I think Granddad may have passed. I need to refresh my memory on this. But they do have younger sturgeon at the Shed and a really cool exhibit where you can go and touch them. And the reason they're so cool is they're known as living fossils because they are contemporaries of the dinosaurs, which is unbelievable. They are contemporaries of the dinosaurs. They've survived to this day.
Are they super ugly?
I think they're awesome.
They're cool looking.
They have kind of a scaly, ridged back.
Okay.
But they are so cool, and I cannot wait to talk to our friends. Deep. Yeah, we're going to do a deep dive, no pun intended there. Fun. Also, we are going to speak red, red wine. Doom, doom, boom, doom. Stick, whatever the word. I only know red wine, that one lyric. But we're going to be speaking with UB40, the lead singer. And one of the founding members, because they are in town for Ravinia. We're going to do a live interview with UB40. And before that, we got to get to what is trending.
T-Swift,
Are
baby.
you a T-Swift? Are you a Swiftie?
Not really.
Me neither.
I used to like Taylor Swift a lot, but that was like back in my college days.
Oh my gosh, you're so young. So Taylor Swift was a thing.
She was a thing for me, yeah.
Do I not even know how old you are?
I'm 35.
You're 35.
Is that young?
Yes.
You thought I was older than that.
Maybe. I don't think I've ever really strongly considered your age.
Yeah.
But like, you were in college when Taylor Swift was a thing.
Yeah.
Because she feels like this like young.
When Twilight came out, I was in college, I think. I graduated in 2012.
2012. Okay, so Taylor Swift became a thing like in 2009, 2010.
That would make sense.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I really loved her collab with not Hozier, with Bon Iver.
Oh.
She did like kind of I don't know, it wasn't one of her major big album releases. It was one, I think it counts among her 12, but it's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And so she's out with album 12, and she released this thing on her boyfriend's podcast, the Kelsey Brothers podcast. That's pretty.
How do you feel about these Kelsey boys?
The Kelsey Brothers? I like the Kelsey Brothers.
They seem like good.
I think I'm more of a Jason Kelsey guy than a Travis Kelsey guy.
I get it, because he's so funny.
He's hilarious.
His wife. Have you seen Jason Kelsey's wife?
She's like a super athlete, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
She's phenomenal. She's hilarious. She goes on rants. She has her own podcast, and it is so funny for moms.
That's
Check her out. What is her name?
Is it
Kylie? Kylie Kelsey?
What's the show called?
New Heights. We have a clip.
New Heights. Oh,
New Heights.
Let's just go ahead and air the clip.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
We're about to do a podcast.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the chemistry.
Okay, so that was the Kelsey Boys' podcast, right?
So we aired kind of a cryptic clip on the news this morning of Taylor Swift announcing her new album, holding it up, but then it was like redacted.
Blurry.
It was blurry. So I think
Yeah.
it was like a soft launch. So it was like an announcement of her 12th studio album. It's called The Life of a Showgirl. She did it during a surprise appearance on the podcast that you mentioned, the New Heights podcast.
No, I was talking about his wife's
Oh, the
podcast.
Wife's podcast. What do we know the
I'll
name
look
of
it
the
up.
Wife's?
You keep
Anyway.
reading, I'll look it up.
And so this was a briefcase reveal at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Time on August 12th.
Not gonna lie. That's
Not
what her
gonna lie.
podcast is. Not gonna
Okay.
lie. Thank you, Delaney.
And that made like headlines a couple months back where, for a brief time, I believe,
What?
Kylie Kelsey's podcast overtook Joe
Oh.
Rogan's as like the top
I'm not surprised,
listened to
Anthony,
podcast in the
she
whole
is
world.
comical. What did she act? She was doing like she was going off. Oh, I think it was about because I'm a C-section mom. I've had 3, and I think her comment was about how some people say like, oh, you didn't actually give birth. You took the easy way out if you had a C-section. And she has not had C-sections, but she went off the rails in the best way, defending mamas who have had C-sections. I've got goosebumps. You guys, you gotta watch
explain
it.
to the folks why that is a complete misnomer. Like my understanding is the C-section recovery is way hard.
Well, it's
compared
not
to,
an easy way out. No way around
There's
it.
no easy.
Yeah,
with-
but I mean, to be honest, of course, I think most. Now, speaking for myself, I wish that I didn't have a C-section because we want to do it the real natural way, of course, and it's healthier for the baby. The vaginal route because they have a bunch of bacteria, I guess, that they get for their gut health. It would be. I mean, in a perfect world, I think we would all want that. But sometimes that's not the case, you know. And C-sections are not. I mean. Obviously, they're not. I'll show you guys my C-section. I said that before.
I like how open you
My
are with your
surgery.
procedures. It's
My
great.
But no, it is. There is no easy way out, and you know the recovery, like you mentioned, like this last one for me was extra difficult, like hard to walk for a week. But I mean, her whole point is like. There's a baby now in this world. So what do you mean? Like, I still gave birth. I grew this child and now it's out of my body. There's a child there. You know what I mean? That was her point is like, how dare you?
Good for her.
Why would you say
Good
that?
for her setting the record straight.
Also, mind your business, okay?
Yeah.
Who would ever get on like a phone or like a comment, Anthony's like, what? And say to a mom, you took the easy way out for having a C-section. Like, why would you think that's a
Especially
good
because
idea?
There's so many reasons for that. Like,
it's medically
I was astounded.
necessary.
You know, again, these stats aren't fresh off my head, but I've been so astounded during both of our, the birth of both of our kids, thinking about the maternal mortality rate before modern medicine.
Sure.
Like how many moms were dying during
Right.
childbirth.
Right.
There's like a lot of modern medicine has helped the cause here.
Yes,
Like,
I mean,
this
because
is no joke.
For me, it was one of those situations where, for my first, I was a week late. Went to the doctor to get induced, which commonly happens because they tell you that you could run out of amniotic fluid for the baby, so you're putting your baby at risk. So went to the doctor to get induced a week later, and I just was failure to progress. I was not dilating, and so this was like 48 hours past when they started this process. And my husband was like, are we done? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, because he just saw, like, I was suffering
gosh, yeah.
and shaky and, like, all the medication and stuff. And so then we proceeded with the C-section. And turns out my second child had the cord wrapped around her neck twice. So Darcy, you can see it on my video. They pull the baby out and she's like,
Oh, boy.
2 times.
Wow.
And you can see her unwrapping
And
the
that
cord.
would have been, if it was a standard birth, that
Who
would have
knows?
been a difficult
Exactly.
thing.
So sometimes, you know, yes, it's you know, it's motherhood. And if you had a C-section, you didn't take the easy route out. How did we get on this tangent
Kylie.
right now?
Because of Kylie.
Let's bring it
Anyway,
back
So bring it back
to
before
Taylor
we go on.
Swift.
The album itself, even though she soft launched it,
Yeah.
comes out in early October. Okay,
That's
so we
very exciting.
This next trending topic today, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
I need your bottom line. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a harsh winter across much of the U.S. for this incoming winter season. Frequent falls, unpredictable patterns from coast to coast. There's a bunch of other details here, but before I bore everybody with those details, how much stock do you put in the Farmer's Almanac?
You know, I was kind of trying to read up on like their process
Their accuracy
of how
rate?
they do this forecasting, because the official winter outlook doesn't come out until October for winter. But so for the Farmer's Almanac, they don't, take it out of thin air.
So there is some science.
There's some science they're
behind
doing. They're talking about La Nina fading, ocean oscillations are steady, stratospheric winds are shifting. I'm just reading their headlines. The polar vortex may wobble. So I don't know.
Oh, the polar vortex. So you said La Nina is a factor.
Yes, and so I'm looking through their forecast here. Of course, don't count on it. It's fun to talk about still.
I decided to just ask, I think, one of the
Did he go
AI
off?
models.
Oh.
How accurate is the Farmer's Almanac?
Yeah, what did it say?
The Almanac, the folks at the Almanac claim that they have an 80% accuracy rate.
Okay,
But the people who have,
the climatologist.
the climatologists
with Noah.
put it at 52%.
Okay.
So
yeah.
they compared it to essentially just a touch more accurate than a coin toss.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm scared going into this winter. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've had, gosh, I wish there was wood I could just knock, but because I'm kind of superstitious
knock
like
the
that.
acai bowl?
Yeah, acai bowl. Acai bowl.
Am I saying that wrong?
No, I think you got it right. I used to call it an acai bowl, which is kind of like me. Remember when I called Chapel Rowan Chappelle Rowan? It's in the same Ponce.
That's fine. The acai bowl. Yeah.
Now I'm lost on what we were even
I don't
saying.
remember.
Knock on wood. Oh, because the last few winters I feel like have been
Mild.
I don't even want to say it. Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to jinx us. Haven't they?
I've loved it.
I have loved it too.
I've loved
what?
it.
Like,
Because I drive, so I don't want to be driving through.
oh my gosh, there's so many reasons to love a mild winter. I just feel like we've had a streak of like winters where it's like,
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
escaped
Oh,
a
that
lot.
wasn't so bad.
Because Caitlyn, when you were just a little young thing in 2011 and 2012, we had these two back-to-back. You probably don't even remember because
I was in
you
college.
You were just in high school.
Listen
at the
to
time.
me. 2012. When I was in college, I went to Central Michigan. Okay, we would
Yeah,
have snowstorms, and
that's
I'd be tracking to a
brutal.
party in heels. That's just
I
how
just
we
remember
went.
the back-to-back winters, the blizzard winter and the winter after. We had like 80 inches of snow and like record cold, and I am forever traumatized by that. Okay, we
Gotta wrap
get to
it
take
up.
a break.
Yeah.
I'm lost in my cards now because of all this stuff.
So many
There's
emotions, you guys.
Coming up, UB40 fans, and there are many. They are in town for a performance this week at
Yeah.
Ravinia, and we're going to be speaking live with the lead vocalist and founding member Robin Campbell when we come back here on Chicago Now. Stay with us.
Red, red wine goes through my head, makes me forget that I still need her so. Red, red wine, it's up to you.
You know, Anthony. Do you remember this song when it was coming through and really popular?
Yeah.
I guess they were here locally. This is the band UB40. They've sold over 70 million records. They picked up 4 Grammy nominations along the way, and they're still going strong. They're coming to Chicago to perform at Ravinia on August 27th, and they're joining us, I believe. Do we
have Matt Doyle on the line?
Can you hear us?
Matt, can you hear us, sir?
You have Robin Campbell
Yes! Yes!
Hi!
Matt Doyle!
How are you guys?
We are good. Where are you joining us from this morning?
I couldn't quite catch that. Say that again.
Where are you joining us from this morning?
Oh, I'm in Birmingham, England.
Oh my gosh, you're still back home. That is where the band started and they were founded.
That's so fun.
You are headed to Chicagoland, I understand, a little bit later this month to perform at Ravinia. Have you guys performed Ravinia before?
I believe the guys have. This is going to be my first time. Actually, my only second time in. So, yeah, I'm quite excited to come and play for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, good. So your second time to Chicago, you said?
Yeah, it's second or actually it's probably the third time now.
What do you think about Chicago?
It's wonderful. It's actually one of my favourite places to go. Big Shameless fan, big US Shameless fan. But yeah,
Have you watched
really
Shameless?
cool to see.
I have not seen Shameless.
I watched the whole thing. I'm with you.
I'm glad that you guys can connect over that. William Macy, right? Yeah, that's right, Bill Macy.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, what has it been like for you taking over lead vocalist duties of this legendary band? How's the experience been for you? Is it overwhelming?
No, it's not been overwhelming. It's been a wild ride so far. It's been absolutely amazing. Getting to see the world, getting to meet loads of cool people like you guys, playing to thousands of people every night, with the biggest reggae band in the world, and they chose me to front them. So it's an absolute dream come true, to be honest.
Can we talk about your music? So it's a fusion of reggae, pop, social commentary. How has the band evolved over the years, and how do you balance staying true to your roots but also appealing to the new people who are listening to you today?
Well, I'd say the band's evolved. It's had I'm the third singer to come in now, so there's been a lineup change here and there over the years. But in terms of sound, the guys have always stayed true to the original UB40 sound, and that's what it's all been about. It's about bringing new fans in. Every time we play, there's 3 generations of fans there, so it's fantastic. So, yeah, we just we keep the formula pretty similar, but shake things up a little bit, and yeah, you just do what you love doing. You write what you love writing, and hopefully, when you put it out there, people will love listening to it as well.
So you said you write as well. So you're actually still adding to the catalog. This isn't just rehashing what UB40 is most famous for: red wine, and can't help falling in love with you. You're actually adding to the catalog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That one of the reasons that the guys asked me to join is because I write as well, and this band isn't a cabaret band. They don't want to go out and play, the same songs over and over. We love playing those songs. Maybe, a lot of the guys are a bit bored of rehearsing them by now, but we still love playing Red, Red Wine, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh, yeah.
We always want to be playing new stuff as well.
Get everybody excited about the classics. So you mentioned how you love Chicago. You are in England right now. What city in the world is your favorite to perform at?
Ooh. I should probably say Chicago.
No, be honest. We want honest.
If I had to be honest, I don't think I could choose one. Nah.
Red
I mean,
Rocks.
I got my nickname Hollywood at Hollywood Bowl, so I think Hollywood.
That's
LA.
always been on my list. Don't
Yeah.
worry, Matt. I'm going to ask Caitlyn who her favorite child is out of her 3 children, just to put her on the spot in the same way. Okay,
Yeah.
Matt, I'm told by our producers that we got to check in now with your bandmate, Robin, who is on the other line. We want to thank you for joining us all the way from Birmingham, England, or Birmingham. I think you have to say Birmingham.
That sounds right.
That was Matt Doyle, everybody. But we've got one of the founding members as well of the band. Is that correct? Robin Campbell, can you hear me? Yes!
Hi.
I can hear you. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi. Robin, where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm just outside of Birmingham too.
Oh, you guys are next door neighbors.
So it's what, 4:30 p.m. there?
Yeah.
Ish?
Yeah. We all live in and around the same areas. We all hang out together. Same as when we're on the road, you know. We live in each other's pockets.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you first. What is the secret to keeping the band together, keeping the friendship alive between you guys?
Well, we were friends before the band. I think that's the secret. The original members we grew up together. I've known original founding members since they were 10 years old, and some even younger than that. So we've grown up together, you know. I think we were a gang before we were a band, you know. We kind of hung out together, went to all the same clubs, bars, youth clubs, you know, cafes, everything we've done together, and we've grown up on the same music, so we share the same loves, you know, and the same obsessions. So I think that's what makes it easy to stick together, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've lost a few along the way, but generally, we have a gang mentality, and we enjoy each other's company. You know, we love doing what we do, and we feel privileged. So it's
Almost
easy.
family
We
at
don't
this
find
point.
we don't find it hard at all.
Yeah.
Well, it obviously translates into stunning success. Your band has stood the test of time. We just put your colleague Matt on the spot and asked him his favorite venue to perform worldwide. You've been touring for a very long time. He mentioned the Hollywood Bowl.
I was
Okay.
listening. Yeah, of course he said Hollywood.
Do you have any thoughts?
There are many fantastic places to play all around the world. I love playing in New Zealand. Auckland's a great place to play. I like playing anywhere in LA, not just the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy touring, you know, so it's hard to pick one town out, or even one country, you know.
Yeah.
We just love touring.
Speaking of touring, can you give us a memory? Maybe that'll be easier. Is there any memory that sticks out in your brain about something that happened while you were touring and performing that was just a wow moment, or something funny maybe?
Well, there's many moments. We're writing a book as we speak.
Oh,
cool.
fun.
And yeah, I guess one of the great moments for me was when we played South Africa for the first time in '94, I think it was. After apartheid was outlawed and Mandela was made president, and we'd been observing the cultural boycott for the previous 10 years, 15 years. So it was fantastic to go there. We still hold the live record in South Africa. I think we played to 250,000 people over 3 nights.
Wow. What a memory.
That was incredible, having them sing music that had been banned in the country, to have them sing those songs back to us, you know, was and when you got 70-odd thousand people singing at you, it's quite moving, you know.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to look that up on YouTube. What a historic moment that would have been. Robin, let me ask you this. What is the most challenging or difficult thing about touring? You've been doing it for so many years. What's the hardest part about it?
Still trying to be comfortable the older I get.
Like physically comfortable or emotionally comfortable?
Yeah. No, physically.
Physically, yeah.
You know, the traveling is hard. It gets harder to do the traveling, but you know, you do it for the shows. So the show is the compensation for the sometimes misery of travel and hotels,
Right.
So the magic of live performance has never ever worn off for you, even though you've been doing this for decades.
No, there's nothing you can replace it with. There's no substitute for a live audience, and we're fortunate we have an incredibly loyal following globally, and we can go anywhere in the world and play to sold out audiences, and it's a wonderful thing. It's an emotional communication you have with the audience, and it's such a buzz. Every night we come off feeling great, and ready to do another one.
Okay, so speaking of ready to do another one, we've got Ravinia, of course, but you personally, what are you looking forward to? What's down the road for you guys? What's your next concert venue that you're like, ooh, I can't wait to go there?
I really don't get that
You're used
special
to
about
it.
venues, I just love playing the gig, and you just don't know until you've done the show how you're going to remember it. They're always good. It's difficult to pick favourites because the level of our audience participation and the response that we get, the reception we get, is so good that it's hard to pick one. I just love going back to places, going back to countries that we haven't been to for a while. I love going back to New Zealand,
Sure.
particularly. I love touring the States. So
Fun.
it's, there's always something to look forward to. We played in Mauritius just a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and we're already talking about going back there because it was so wonderful.
Unbelievable. Well,
Fun.
Ravinia is lucky to be hosting you guys in just a couple of weeks. Robin Campbell of UB40, good luck to you, sir. Happy trails, and we look forward to seeing you here in Chicagoland later this month, sir.
I'm looking forward to it.
Have a great evening.
We're getting the thank you. So we're getting the wrap from our producer, but I just need to throw this out there. Caitlyn, do you know how UB40 got its name?
Tell me.
Unemployment benefits form number 40. All the band members, they were like in the unemployment
No
line
way.
way back in the 70s, and that was their like bonding tissue. Yeah,
Wait, I love
unemployment
that.
benefits.
And look at
form
them
number
now.
40. Yeah, exactly. So it's UB40.
I wanted to ask him, if we had more time, a question, if he could speak to his audience, like his big fans, what would he want to say? Because they range all sorts of ages, like they were saying.
Yeah.
They've got
No,
new
it's-
people that are
no,
listening
exactly.
to him now.
No,
They're
it's an
more
entity
hits.
at this point. I think it'll be going for years and years
That's
and years.
so
and
fun.
I wish I could make that show, but it's on a Wednesday night. That's tough on our shift, isn't
Wednesday
it?
night. Why? Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
You know,
on the
it's a
August
school night.
27th at
School night
Ravinia.
now.
If you don't need to wake up at 3 a.m. for your 2 a.m. for your job,
Just take the
then
day off.
Take the day off.
That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Something coming down with something.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up after this break, we are going to be checking in with our friends at Shed Aquarium.
Love it, and have so many
a
questions.
senior aquarist.
Sure.
About one of their coolest residents in the aquarium, and that is the lake sturgeon. This is an ancient species that has also stood the test of time. We're going to be speaking with Evan Kinn coming up after this.
Welcome back, 10:38. So dinosaurs might be long gone, but believe it or not, some of their ancient neighbors are still around, like the lake sturgeon. This fish has been swimming in our waters since before the T-Rex even roamed Earth, which officially makes it a living fossil. This is what you were talking about. So joining us to talk about the sturgeon is Evan Kinn, senior aquarist at Chet Aquarium. These prehistoric survivors, the challenges facing their home, and how visitors can get up close, personal, hands-on with this species. Good morning.
Hey, Evan.
Good morning, you guys. Thanks for having me on today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you.
Gonna be hard to follow up UB40, but I'll try my best.
Hey, two things that have stood the test of time: UB40 and the lake sturgeon.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's talk about this. What is the kind of baseline knowledge about the lake sturgeon? We were talking about how big can they actually grow, and how old is this species?
So they are very old. Like you mentioned, they're a living fossil. So a living fossil is basically an animal that's been around since before the time of the dinosaurs, and we know that because of the fossil record. So basically, that's finding fossils of these animals and comparing them to how they exist in the world today. So, yep, that's one of our lake sturgeon that we have here at the aquarium in our amazing sturgeon touch habitat. So this is an opportunity for guests to really get up close and personal with an animal that is ancient.
That looks like a baby shark. Okay, so the lake sturgeon, do they hang out at the bottom of the lake always?
Generally, yeah, you'll typically find them at the bottom. So if you see those four whisker things kind of right in front of their head there, those are actually called barbels, and that's what they use to find their food. That's what they use to find their prey, and their prey is going to be, anything that they might be able to eat. So it could be small crustaceans or mollusks or even some smaller fish. So they will kind of cruise along the substrate at the bottom of the habitat looking for food using those barbels. So when you think of a sturgeon, they generally will live in kind of deeper, colder waters. So there might not be a ton of light available. So they don't exactly use their eyes too much for hunting. They're more relying on those four little barbel whiskers.
Wow, that's so fascinating. There have been some pretty large sturgeon found in the Great Lakes over the decades. Just how big can this species grow?
So the lake sturgeon is actually not one of the largest sturgeon species out there. The sturgeon that we have here are currently about 4 feet long, and I would say they probably weigh around 30 to 40 pounds. But they can definitely grow quite a bit bigger, get double that size, and weigh well over 100 pounds when they're fully grown. So still a pretty big size for a fish. And I think you asked earlier about how long they can live, and they can live for over 100 years.
What?
Which is pretty cool.
That is wild. Okay, so the lake sturgeon, you said it eats little crustaceans and it could eat other plant matter that's in the bottom of the lake. For people who are going swimming in Lake Michigan, if they're thinking, what's the biggest fish that could touch my foot? Is this the one?
Yeah, that'll definitely be the one. However, if you do end up finding a lake sturgeon while you're swimming, there's absolutely no need to, be afraid of them. You did say they kind of look like sharks, and that's actually one of the number one things that people say when they enter our Great Lakes Gallery is they see our touch pool, the touch habitat that is right up in front. And I hear oftentimes kids yell, "I want to go touch the shark. I want to go touch the shark." And while they do look similar to sharks and have a similar body composition of sharks, in meaning that they don't have true bones, but they have a cartilaginous skeleton. So you can come up, touch them, and there's really nothing to be afraid of if you do end up swimming and find one out in the wild. They're not really pose any threat to people.
Good.
You mentioned the lifespan. They can live over 100. Didn't the shed have a really long-standing resident? Will you run us through that? Because if memory serves, did that fish pass?
Yes, so that I believe you are talking about one of our Australian lungfish. I believe his name was Grandad.
That's right.
He was well over 100 years old and had basically been at Shed since Shed's inception back in 1930. So it was incredible that we were able to have that animal for I think it was over 70 years. And then after that animal passed away of old age, its body went out to be studied. And when they came back to us, it was well over 100 years old. So it had been basically living through 3 different centuries, which is pretty crazy to think about when you think of a fish lifespan.
Unbelievable.
How is the lake sturgeon population in Lake Michigan? How are we looking?
So currently lake sturgeon are an endangered species. So that is one thing, that we got to watch out for with these animals. There are a lot of regulations when it comes to people fishing for sturgeon, meaning that you can't catch them for certain times of the year, or if you do catch them, you have to release them because of their status of being endangered. And one of the biggest reasons for their status of being endangered is because if you've ever had caviar, that's where it comes from. So
What?
Caviar is sturgeon eggs.
Oh,
I was not, for some reason I thought they came from a whale or something. I didn't
What?
even know. Or
Anthony?
a shark. Caviar
Yep.
is sturgeon eggs.
didn't
Okay,
know that
interesting.
either.
So how is the shed playing a role in maintaining this species or trying to help it bounce back?
Yeah, so we do definitely work with basically growing up sturgeon and making sure that they get to an appropriate size where they'll reach sexual maturity, where they will start producing eggs. And if we do have any eggs or anything like that, we'll try to hatch them out. We do work with different organizations around the state that we can work with, like basically rehabilitation or release programs, to help bolster numbers. So there are definitely a lot of conservation efforts out in the world for the lake sturgeon because of their endangered species status. But, it's a tough animal to consistently reproduce because a female sturgeon will only lay eggs a couple of times in her whole 100 years. And sometimes reaching that age of sexual maturity could take, a couple of decades to even get to a point where she can start, producing eggs. So that was one of the big reasons, the population was decimated for the caviar industry, was because they take a long time to get to that stage. And, they produce eggs only a couple times in their life.
Wow. Wow. They are precious beings. Okay, Evan Kinn. Fascinating stuff. Can't wait to visit with my kids once again.
so fun. They
can
love to touch the fish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
the back of them. So it's hard. It's like,
Yep.
I think you called it a cartilaginous.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Couldn't do the word.
The sturgeon.
Evan Kinn. Yeah, so cool.
So
You got to
cool.
visit. You got to
I
take
wanted
your kids when they're old
another
enough.
Yeah. Another question I was going to ask him if we had more time, which I'll have to Google it, is are there other fish that are also have been around for 200, what was it, 200 million years?
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Or is that the only one that we know of in the Great Lakes that is kind of before
Some
the
of those
dinosaurs?
shellfish, some of those crustaceans, I think, are pretty
Those
ancient as
too?
well. But yeah,
Very
that's a great Google errand in your future.
Hey, AI.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have a very special treat for everybody coming up. A rare musical performance by yours truly, our very own Paris Schutz, and the very talented Anita Blanton from
Anita!
Howl at the Moon. When
Yeah.
we come back, stay tuned. Bottoms up, everybody.
Woo, cheers.
Bottoms up. Cheers.
It's Friday, so
An acai bowl. That's a really cool disco ball you got there.
Disco ball, yes. And we've seen this before.
We have.
We have.
Anita, we've been waiting with bated breath for this next story.
Yeah.
And first, before we roll the tape here on this performance that we gave at Howl at the Moon,
So much fun.
I want to retroactively thank you once again for answering the call earlier that week. We knew we were going to have access to the piano and the stage at this beloved Chicago River North venue, Howl at the Moon. But I was like, I don't really feel that comfortable singing. Safety in numbers. So I texted Anita Blanton, hey.
He turned it from a solo into a trio.
Yes, right. Anita, but she was such a good sport.
So much fun. Well, you know, when he first asked, I'm like, now what? What do you need? Yeah, so that's a trio. I was like, well, what? What do you need? So he ended up actually, you did like a demo for me.
Yes.
Like, okay, here's what I need. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can rock this.
There was one song that was kind of in my repertoire that I thought Anita's voice would sound beautiful singing.
Wait,
and
did
so
you have it in front of you? Did you know it by heart?
I didn't know the song. He sung it into his phone. This is technology in 2025. He sung it into his phone, sent it to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can make something work. Then I sang it into my phone. I sent it to him.
On literally 2 or 3 days' notice. And Friday was the big reveal. Without further ado, here we go, right here.
Based around the show. So every location has a stage, and we're not just doing pianos. We have drums, guitar, some people do harmonica, violin. So really that whole concept is what we do. That's what Howl at the Moon is known for. When you walk into any Howl at the Moon, the show is always going. So there's no break, there's no intermission. They start right at 7 o'clock and they play nonstop until last call.
We want people up on the stage dancing. They'll randomly give people in the crowd the tambourine, things like that, and let them become part of the show. We're looking for them to let loose when they come in. It's an experience, and we want them to come back, tell their friends, you know, forget what's going on in the world when they walk through the door and just have a great time.
It's not only the band, it's also the staff. So sometimes you'll see servers get up there and dance along to certain songs. One of our bartenders here in Chicago likes to beatbox, so he'll come up at some point in the night and gets the crowd going as well.
It's a party. As soon as you walk in the door, it's a party from the moment you step in the door to the moment you leave or crawl out, whichever comes first. But when people come in here, they're looking to sing, to dance, party. When you come in, you do want to try a bucket, one of our Jell-O shots.
Howl at the Moon is known for our buckets. We do have multiple sizes. You can do an individual one or a large one. You can also get our bucket flavors in a cocktail as well. But the most popular flavor of the Howl at the Moon bucket is Sex on the Moon. Some of our locations have a kitchen. Chicago is one of them. So our kitchen is open from the moment our doors open until midnight every night. We have a typical bar menu. We have like your Chipotle chicken wraps, your pizzas, your nachos, tacos, all that fun stuff. What we're also known for is our foot-long hot dogs of all different flavors. With our private events, we have a specialty catering menu, which was created in-house. So our executive chef, Carlos, has been here over 20 years. He basically came with the place. Over those 20 years, he's taken every client's favorite request and built this catering menu. But if you want to stop in any time of the week, our kitchen's always open and you can just grab a light appetizer or grab dinner. The show starts at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You can eat before, during, or after. Howl at the Moon definitely brings all ages through our doors. You could see a 21st birthday, you could see bachelor parties, you could see a 50th birthday, you can see an anniversary party. It's really just all ages 21 up.
So Caitlyn, you just made the age You know, you're 21 and up.
To be able to
so
get
you can
in.
get in.
Thank goodness, you guys.
I just learned Caitlin's age earlier in the show.
He thought I was older than I am.
But that is kind of the cool thing about Howl at the Moon is you never know who's gonna pop up on stage there.
With ladies, you know, you're like, I don't know
The food looked phenomenal, but you guys are outstandingly talented.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing.
This one. You put it together, yeah, and led the way on it. So
Paris should be here too.
He's more than Paris on politics.
So good as well, because he picked up that song right away as well,
and he had
kind of that day.
Harmonica.
And
he got on the harmonica.
There's probably some raw video that we can cue up because we played
more
Piano
Elton
Man.
John,
We played a little Elton John. We played a little Billy Joel. Paris has the whole thing. You know that like apparatus where you can
and he knows how to do it.
Piano and harmonica at the same time.
He was great.
Did you guys train since you were little?
I have, Like my parents made me take lessons through high school. So I started around maybe age 6 or so.
Okay.
And that was the one extracurricular that was a non-negotiable in my in the Ponce household. It was like through senior year.
And it didn't make you hate it. You were like.
For a while it did.
Yeah.
But
and see, I hated it, and therefore I was like, I'm not playing piano. My dad would make me, because my dad plays, and so he made me take lessons, and I was like, I will unlearn every day, like unlearn, and I really regret that I didn't. You know, I mean, I was a kid. I regret it now, but I've been singing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that was kind of all right. Well, you're always gonna. My
you
mom
got that
sings.
talent.
That's
You're
how
natural.
my parents met.
Oh,
my dad played the piano for my mother's choir, and when he was in college, that's how he made money. He played the piano for my mom's choir.
So music runs through your veins. You've also done some pretty significant performances in your day as well. Didn't you have a big national anthem
I've been able to do some great things, but then I don't sing that much anymore. So when he has, I'm like, I haven't sung in years, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I've been able to do some great things. But you know,
I'm going through the same thing you just described, Anita, with Theo right now because he is 9 years old, and so getting him to practice, it takes incentive. Here, you know, your allowance depends on that, making the bed,
Here's
you know,
a
things
fruit.
like that.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, I used to get stars in a little notebook, a little like, you know, those little sticker stars, and if I got 5 at the end of it was like $1.50 allowance. It was inflation. You know.
Sure.
You gotta account for.
maybe if my parents had put a dollar amount to it, maybe
right.
you know.
I find that bribery works. Parents out there, I don't know if you're.
All I do is bribe my kids.
Bribery works
Except unless
well.
my middle kid, I literally yesterday, Anthony, I'm thinking, what could I offer her to make her do this? I don't remember what I was trying to get her to do. This is not what you should probably do as a parent. But if I take something away, she's like, bye. That's fine. Take it. You know?
Just had the conversation about middle
yes.
today. It's National Middle
Child Day.
Yeah.
Good point. My middle child is wild.
So your middle child does not fit the
she
fit
beats
the
to her
stereotype.
own drum. Yeah.
Until you get a little more of a taste for your baby boy. He might be a handful.
He already is, Anita. So fun. Yeah, I was thinking about putting my kids in music too. That's why I asked you guys. But I know it's going to be one of those things, like both of you just mentioned. They're going to go through the phases where they're like, I don't want to do this. And if I'm paying, baby, you're doing it. You know, and I don't want to do that. So
my parents were always like, you have to try something to say you don't like it.
Yeah.
Right? So they made me do the lessons, but after a while I'm like, no, I really don't like it. And so they were like, okay, move on to something else. You know, as long as it was positive, it was like, okay, yeah, all right, she just really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But at least try before
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just say, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, one of the trickier things is, you know, what constitutes that at bat. You know, they say when you start a job, you know, give any job 6, you know, like don't quit after 2 weeks. Come on.
Exactly.
So you have to weigh all those things.
Right.
Hey, what constitutes a try and what is just like throwing in the towel early? But
and music
it's an art, not a science. You know, parenting.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, I was gonna say it's an art to do music. I feel like it's not as fun as maybe, let's say, gymnastics or like you were saying baseball, where you're with your friends. It's more of like a one-on-one.
And it's interesting in that like the reward comes later in a way.
Exactly.
Where you like, you know, you do all the legwork up front.
It's not in the lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's once you've mastered it. Or
Yeah.
at least like master little pieces. Like probably when you learned your first song and then you realized like you could play a song.
Exactly. And one other, just while we have you on the line here before we have to sign off, is one thing that's worked for me with Theo. There's a lot of the grinding it out, learning the notes and everything, but there's also, we've mixed in, he really likes hip hop music. And so Dr. Dre has a lot of easier, catchy piano riffs that like Theo like, and that makes it fun in the short term, which has worked.
Yeah.
So that may be another
maybe
thing
he'll
to
get
try.
To Bach, but right now
yeah, exactly.
It's
maybe we'll get to Bach.
Yeah,
right
sure,
now.
Sure.
So.
And they get the, yeah, you did great from everybody listening, you know, which could also be encouragement.
Or once the girls are like, oh, you can play the piano.
The girls.
I keep trying to plant the seed. Like, hey, Theo.
It works.
Theo,
Wait.
listen.
Okay, you could do this later, maybe the ladies in high school.
Yeah. He's
might
like,
that.
Dad, stop
Like,
it, Dad.
Ew.
What is
Anita,
it? Crash
thank
out.
you
Times
again.
will change.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming up,
Cheers.
staying late. Yeah, cheers. Thanks to everybody at Howl at the Moon as well for letting us crash the party. We'll be back soon. Hopefully we can take a field trip with the whole class.
Ooh, fun times.
And I'll drag her back up on stage. All right, that's going to do it for us here during our 10 o'clock hour. We're about to hand over the baton to the lovely Tia Ewing, who's waiting in the wings right here along with Gabriella Primus. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody. See ya.